Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is MegaShadowFist, and welcome back to Past Hope Survival. When we last left off, we didn't really do much. We sort of just went through a cave, got a little bit of iron, nothing too extraordinary. And honestly, this recording session is going to be a bit relaxed as well. See noise over here. For some reason, it sounded like there were two cats in my house for whatever reason, so I thought maybe the game glitched for whatever reason. Because actually, before, once I launched the game, just before I started recording, I needed to update it for a little bit, and I have no idea what the update was for. Maybe it's for a few bug fixes, but whatever the case may be, it's actually going to be a bit more relaxed of a recording session. I didn't really have any plans to do anything. I just wanted to, gather wood, take care of a few, farm things. Making sure that the chickens are reproducing and the cows and... Do I have any sheep? I don't think I have any sheep. I should probably work on that too, eh? I might, you never know, but whatever the case may be, let's go ahead and start, chopping wood. Must chop wood! It's been a while since I've made that reference. I'm sure it has, because... YOLO? I don't even know anymore. YOLO's pretty much become, like, my go-to word whenever I don't really know what to say, because... YOLO. Makes sense, you can use it for anything, really. Like, you get a... Let's see, you didn't study for your finals, and, your classes you already have like C's in them anyway, so you're just like, I don't care, YOLO. You come home with like straight F's on your report card, and your parents are like, oh my god, you're a disgrace, YOLO. Someone punches you in the face and then cuts out your kidney, YOLO, right? I mean, YOLO for everything. YOLO is the meaning of life. Without it, we'd be, what is it? I don't even know. We'd be, immortal or something like that. Like Immortal HD, except not Russian. Unless you are from Russia, in which case you would be Russian, in which case, I don't even know. Whatever the case may be, how has your day been going, everybody? Mine's been alright, I guess. It's, 4:32 on a Tuesday afternoon. It's a bit later than what I record, but, I had to take care of a few things before, recording, including stuff for a research paper, for my English class. Anywho, but that's neither here nor there. I thought there was more wood there for some reason. That's neither here nor there. I'm just collecting wood. And then update you about, my life and whatnot. Because this is going to be a bit more relaxed of a recording session, there isn't really going to be, too much... There's not going to be, like, a lot to, like, really commentate over as far as the game is concerned. So it's going to be... This is mostly going to be, like, a story time session for whatever reason. Because that's just how it's going to have to be. I love collecting oak wood when I have no intention of using it. Woo! Let's go for a swim. Timber! That's not what you say when you go diving. Usually you say cannonball, but whatever. Like I said, YOLO, You eat too many cheeseburgers and then you end up getting, like, high cholesterol and heartburn, YOLO. It could be used for anything pretty much. Except for when it's not YOLO. Like, what would be something that wouldn't be YOLO? Like, I don't know. Dying and then respawning? Yeah, that wouldn't be YOLO at all. Like, say you were playing Super Mario Bros. And then you died, and then you came back to life. That would definitely not be YOLO, because, YOLO means you only live once, and if you live more than once, that wouldn't be YOLO. Obviously, that would be YOLM. I mean, YOLMT. You only live multiple times, That sounds so freaking stupid. I tell ya, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. I don't even know. That was such a random loss of... I don't even know anymore! One thing I've actually learned recently is, like, while though I might stumble a lot more in my video, like, I might stumble quite a bit in my videos for whatever reason, you know, like when I'm trying to explain stuff, I'll sort of get lost and tongue-tied a bit. I find that... Why was I using a new axe instead of one of the older ones? That's kind of pointless. I find that, honestly, compared to, you know, when I'm trying to explain stuff to, like, a teacher or something, I find that, I'm actually a lot more tongue-tied in those situations than I am in my videos. So if you think, whoa, this guy doesn't know how to explain stuff for anything, it gets much worse in real life for whatever reason. And half the times I don't even, like, realize that I'm rambling. Like, to me, whenever I'm just talking, it just seems normal, but then, like, I'll watch a video of myself and, you know, because, like, I usually preview a video while I'm editing it. I usually... I don't really realize just how much I ramble until I listen to myself, and it's just like, wow, I wish I was one of those people like Northern Lion, one of those commentators like Northern Lion, who's a lot more articulate with his words than, say, me, who's just some asshole who tries to pretend to be intelligent, even though in reality, I am quite the opposite. You know? You know how it is? I'm pretty sure you know how it is. Especially if you believe in... Actually, this is such a random segue, but, you know, I remember... Because this isn't really that random, per se. It'll make sense, probably, in the second video. Because, like, I'm not going to get into what I wanted to talk about until the second video, because, you know, I want a full 50 minutes to explain everything. But, you know, I remember back in psychology, I was, we were studying cults and everything, and there are a lot of, like, really weird ones. Trust me, this will make sense in the second episode of the recording session, so this is gonna go up on Wednesday, right? So stay tuned for Friday's episode, it'll all make sense then. There are, like, these really, like, interesting quotes, and, like, I was, like, thinking, like, geez, like, you can get, like, people to, like, join a cult for pretty much anything. It's like, I wanted to make a cult myself, like, where, I don't know, like, where I would be, let's see, what would it be? It'd be, like, no, I wouldn't use the word church, because you don't want to get, like, because if you use the word church, in anything that doesn't have to do with, you know, certain religious things, which shall not be mentioned, people will get mad at you. So I'd call it like, the all-knowing group of the giant... You know, what was that song? There's a song for the 50s. It was like this giant purple alien monster thing. It'd be like the cult of the giant purple alien monster, or something like that. And, you know, the practices would be that you were only allowed to eat McDonald's food, or stuff that's been processed with, like, pink slime, because pink is a similar color to purple, and you can only eat things that are divinely, you know, attributed to the purple monster. Oh, and then I'd make, like, a bunch of, like, different, like, and then I'd have, like, a bunch of, like, different, deities, too. Like, I'd have, like, let's say like, if you ever played 999, there's a Funyarimpa. Yeah, because, like, in 999, there's, like, this, like, it's, for those of you who don't know, it's this game for the DS, and actually you can get it on iOS. It came out for iOS relatively recently. Where, basically, like, think of it kind of like Saw, but, like, a lot more complex than that, and that's as much of an explanation as I'll give for you without, because I could go on forever trying to explain that. But whatever the case may be, oh, it's very dialogue heavy, too. And sometimes you'll have, like, 30 minutes of just, like, dialogue and stuff, which is really crazy. it's a really interesting story, but whatever the case may be, sometimes you'll talk to people, and then you have, like, you have your Fallout style, choose this, that. Well, Fallout wasn't the first thing to do it, but, that's what I generally relate it to. You have option A, B, or C for replies to something, and, like, I remember you were trapped in one of these rooms, and, like, one of the people that you're talking to mentioned the Funyarimpa, and then, like, one of your responses could have been, like, what's the Funyarimpa? What the hell? It was like, what the hell is a Funyarimpa? And then, like, the person would respond with something like, you don't know what the Funyarimpa is? Please repent and bow down to the almighty Funyarimpa, or something like that. Yeah. It was just a random thing that they made up for the game, but, like, that would be one of the deities. And then, obviously, the purple alien one-eyed monster. And then SpongeBob. SpongeBob would be the third deity. And then, let's see, other religious, or it wouldn't even be like, cults wouldn't technically be considered a like, what's the dictionary definition that makes a cult different from a religion? I think there's something like that, but then, like, I'd have, like, they'd, like, wake up every, like, morning at, like, 5 a.m. to watch, like, 3 hours of SpongeBob, and then they would have, like, an all-out, like, war, where, like, from, like, after, like, they eat, they'd all just beat the crap out of each other, and then they would, watch more SpongeBob, and then after that they would eat, and then go to sleep, and then repeat. Because why not? Who doesn't want to wake up, watch 3 hours of SpongeBob, eat, and then beat the crap out of people? I know that I would definitely, sign me up for that cult, man. That would be freaking awesome. I'm just joking. Or what if I'm being serious right now? What if I really want to start a cult like that? You can't tell me not to. But actually, there are some really, like, crazy cults out there. Like, joking aside, there are some pretty crazy cults out there. Like, like, there's, like, this one cult where, the people, like, they lived there for, like, 20 years or something like that. And at the very end, he had, like, everyone drink, like, cyanide, like drinks with cyanide in it, and then everyone just died. And it was, like, that was, like, everyone, it was, like, well, I'm pretty sure that it was, like, the largest mass suicide in, like, history or something like that. It was pretty freaking crazy. And, like, the cult had, like, over, like, it had hundreds of members, too. It was, like, I believe it's called, like, the Church of, like, Temple, I believe, wasn't it, I can't remember. Like, if I recall correctly, it was, like, someone, like, it was started out in Philadelphia, but then, like, he moved to, like, South America or something like that. I'm probably completely ass wrong, but I remember him being, like, relocating to South America for whatever reason. How's it going, sheep? How much wood do I have? Alright, I'm gonna collect just a little bit more. Probably until the end of this episode, and then I'll switch to doing something else. Huh. No, but I really wish I remember. There are some really interesting ones, man. Like, some really, like, it's kind of like, it's really scary. And, like, some people, like, they realize, wait a minute, this is not what I joined. This is really freaking crazy. Oh, there was, like, one where, like, you were not allowed to, like, you were not allowed to, like, have, like, sexual intercourse, like, at all. And, like, like, and you live your entire life there, so, like, I'd imagine, like, the people were, like, explaining, it's like, when you're stuck for, like, 20 years without, like, any, like, sexual contact, not even, like, kissing or anything, with, like, the opposite sex, it can get really draining on you, I should say. But that's neither here nor there. It's almost the end of the episode, and then I'll talk about what I actually wanted to talk about, for the next episode. But whatever the case may be, Funyuns are onions, and onions are munions, and bunions are absolutely disgusting. If you have bunions, you should probably get, yourself checked out, because they're gross, and you should probably you should get that fixed. It's gross, man. No one likes bunions. Anyway, awkward pause!